everybody, and welcome to Friday night. It is the Nerd Den, and we are live on Misfit Corner Comics. Hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving and had a safe, what's today? Black Friday. Excellent, excellent. And I'm joined by my good buddy, Zach. How the heck are you, my friend?
I ate too much.
You ate too much? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Turn the music down a little bit.
I bought my ticket for MegaCon in March, so I'm going to that. And I spent all day driving up from Miami.
Oh, okay. How many days are you planning on going?
No, I was just there. I was just there overnight.
No. I meant for MegaCon. MegaCon.
Just one day. It's Saturday.
Okay. Which day? Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The big day.
Yeah, the last couple of years, we've either gone on Thursday or Friday.
I like it when it's crowded because there's more cosplayers.
Well, it's usually a quick in and out type thing for us. We go in, we find what it is we're looking for. We don't do a lot of looking. We don't go from booth to booth. We don't. I think in the last 3 years, I've been to Artist Alley once, and it was like a really quick run through.
Well,
and that was it.
I love walking the shop floor.
No.
I don't like the panels so much anymore. I mean, I find comic convention panels nowadays. When I started going to cons way back, like I don't know, almost 20 years ago at this point, the panels, at least the other ones I went to, were always more structured. You could actually ask the artist questions.
Right.
Now you go down now, they're like so structured. It's like they're like the presenter's actually is actually reading the questions off of a teleprompter or card. Half of the time they don't take questions, and when they do, I'm pretty certain that the people who are asking if it have been pre-vetted.
Right. Most likely.
Yeah.
I really never enjoyed going to panels. I went to a few, because friends made me. Hell, the last panel I went to was a Star Trek panel that Todd and Melissa wanted to go see. So,
well, I mean, it's not all panels. Like the ones that are the ones that are like the main attractions, like the ones with the big stars and so on.
Right.
Those are always like heavily scripted, but the lower level ones that are like that are like second tier people or actual discussion panels about something. Those are always the more interesting ones. I think like I remember seeing one where they had Don Bluth.
Yeah, you told us about that one year.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That would have been nice, to be honest with you. I would like to have gone to that panel, but
yeah.
I don't. Panels to me take up so much time of my browsing and buying time.
Well, it's standing in line. That's the thing.
Yeah. I'd rather browse and buy than anything else.
Well, I mean, look. Here's the thing. So back in 2008, when the Twilight movies came out,
right,
that changed the game for Comic-Con New York and LA, because what happened was, before then, Comic-Cons were basically for guys like us, for nerds, and then they brought in this little vampire movie, and all of a sudden the place was full of
Avery,
full of tween girls and their moms.
Right.
Personally, I don't have a problem with it, especially the moms, but.
That would be the time Avery would call that the death of the comic book convention, is when that happened.
Well, what it did was it's to a lot of people in the broader industry that these conventions, they actually you could actually use them to promote stuff, and that's when it really started to move away from.
Yeah, when more and more people go to San Diego Comic-Con to see trailers and talk to actors for movies.
Yeah.
And not going for comic book creators, writers, and artists, and so forth. It's
well, that was also the same year they got rid of the booth babes, which was I guess I don't understand. But on the other hand,
I don't remember where the quote came from, but there was a quote from a line from a movie where they said the death of professional football is when they stop the game in order to have a TV commercial.
Well, it's been done.
When Comic Cons brought in the movie studios and the actors, honestly, I thought it was the cosplayers that killed it for me. But when they brought in all that stuff and that became the main headline of Comic Cons, that was the slow death of comic conventions.
Every year. Look, I mean, things change. That's the nature of things. But every year, more and more there was like the actual comic book stuff was kind of pushed further and further into the background.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why both Todd and Todd did text me. He says he's joining in shortly. Todd and I love Heroes Con. That is still a extremely pure comic book convention. If you like artists and you like art and you like comics, that is the show, at least on the East Coast, to go to. The big studios aren't there. The big companies aren't there. I mean, they may have presence, small presence, but the majority is small press, small publishers, and just art and artists, and it's wonderful. There's a lot of that. The cosplay stuff has snuck in over the years, but it's to the point where, like, I took my son-in-law to MegaCon one year, and he was blown away. He loved it because he likes the idea of dressing up. He likes the idea of having the swords and all that. And then I took him the next year to Heroes Con, and he was bored out of his mind because the stuff that he wanted to go see and wanted to see a lot of just wasn't there.
Well,
and
I'll be honest, man. The thing is, I like a lot of that stuff. I like the cosplayers. And the thing is, I like comic books just fine, but I'm more of a generalized geek, and I'm obviously more in the books and in novels and that sort of thing. So I like MegaCon. I like the fact that there's other stuff there besides comic books. I like a little bit of variety. It's just that it's just that the main beef I have is with the panels. They just become a lot less interesting.
Yeah, see, those never caught my interest to begin with, so I'm not worried about it too much.
It's a lot of the political bullshit's kind of gone away now, which is good. Though that was a big turn off for me for a while. Although I do think it's kind of a sad state of affairs, in the human condition, that we still need to have signs up telling the men going there that they shouldn't grab the asses of people dressed up as Wonder Woman. I mean, that should just be common sense. Well,
you'd think so, but that's not the world we live in anymore.
I know. It's very sad. But although I gotta say that some, like those cosplayers,
Todd,
they're they some of them do it for a living, and they're really they take it's a real craft to them. They take it very seriously.
Yeah.
I mean,
Todd, we're talking about conventions and the death of the comic convention. And
more like the evolution is how I would put it.
No, I think it's the death. I mean, if more people are excited to go to a comic convention because they're going to see a new trailer or they're going to meet their most favorite actor or director, they're not there for the purpose it was intended.
Well, here's the thing. So when I went to MegaCon last time, like the autographs there are, they're a huge moneymaker for the people who show up. And it's not just like it used to be that if you went to a con and you went to the autograph section, it was usually like people who were on a show like 20 years ago, like the original cast of the original Battlestar Galactica,
right,
or that girl who was on Farscape. She shows up every year. I actually spoke to her briefly, Gigi something or the other. She's actually really nice, but she hasn't really been doing a whole lot since then. She doesn't have to. And the story goes is that Nathan Fillion, after Firefly ended, before he got on the Rookie and the other shows.
Right, I think you've told this story before. Garbage bags of money, right?
Yeah, literally garbage bags of money. I mean,
yeah, we've talked about this before. You've told that story before.
But the thing's not. So when I went, I didn't go last year for financial reasons. But the year before that, I went. And, I think John Bernthal was supposed to show up, but he flaked. But it was like they had like a big screen listing all the scheduling for the autographs. It was like a train station.
Yeah.
The lowest price I saw was $150 for a signed headshot, and it went up from there. I think like there was like one person, you could actually stand with the person with his arm around your shoulder, and a sign and a personalized message, $2,000.
Right.
And I don't know. Look, I like the cast of Firefly as much as anyone, but I'm not gonna pay $2,000 for a signature.
Yeah.
Although you gotta wonder how many of those like signed autographs get resold on eBay like within a day. especially if it's like a signed comic book or something like that.
Right. Well, a lot of you can find signed comics all over eBay. That's not a hard to find thing. A lot of people get stuff signed in order to resell it for a higher value. But there's also a lot of people that get stuff signed that they're never ever going to let go of because they got somebody's signature on it, you know?
Yeah.
So
you know. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
go ahead.
You know what I would like to see? I don't know if it's still possible to find them. So back in the '70s, Kiss, back when they were still Kiss and not, not like Gene Simmons Incorporated. They did a comic with Marvel where they supposedly added like some of their own blood to the ink.
I've heard that rumor. I don't know if that's really true or not, but it might be.
I always wondered if you could find one of those comic books, what they'd be worth.
No idea. Like we can look up Comic Price Guide and see what it says, but
I don't know.
Kiss has been in comics in one form or another a lot. I mean, there's been Kiss comics like within the last few years that have been published. So
yeah, forever.
Well, say what you want about Gene Simmons. He knows how to make money off of that like no one's business. I mean, you can get Kiss branded coffins now to be buried in.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And the fact is, I don't get the appeal. I mean, they're not a very good band.
Yeah. Well, see, now you're getting into territory that's going to get us in trouble.
You're about to get slammed.
All right. Well, Todd.
Hi.
Hey.
I have some stuff, and Zach's on this list too. He would find some of this stuff fantastic.
Okay.
But I have a stack of stuff here to show you guys.
All right.
Some of the most gorgeous things you've ever seen in your life. And before you ask, no.
So the answer is yes. These are all for me. I want to give you a thank you in advance.
These were all specifically part of a trade where I put some money into it. So I've kind of got to make some money back.
Uh-huh.
I want to share with you. Now, some of you might ask, Andrew, why are you wearing a white colored shirt?
Hold on, you're fading out.
What do you mean I'm fading out?
Your audio is fading out for a second.
Maybe that's just you because it's fine on my end. Let me double check, make sure I'm plugged in. Okay, so my shirt says Talkin' Mash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Talking Trash. And the reason for that is my sister got us all for Thanksgiving custom Thanksgiving jerseys or t-shirts, not jerseys. And this is my wonderful family wearing their t-shirts. You have me and the wife in the middle, my son behind me, my daughter behind my wife, and then, of course, our son-in-law there in the far end. And we all had custom T-shirts that my sister made.
Double your height. It's so funny.
It is. Yeah, he's a trip and a half.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But here, I want to show you this one. This is the entire family, all 13 of us, with our custom shirts. And I tell you what, I made a big, huge mistake. I got down on my knees for this picture. Oh my God, I am feeling it all day today. My knee, my legs, my thigh, my upper thighs.
Wait, how long were you on the ground for?
My brother-in-law was setting up the camera, and he had to take 2 pictures because he wanted to make sure all the shirts were in the picture. It was a good 5 to 10 minutes on the ground on my knees like that. And oh my gosh, I'm feeling it today.
I thought you'd be used to being on your knees by this point.
No, Todd, that's you. That's you. But
hey, I got something for you real quick before you show stuff.
Right. Show me.
I was going through, so I talked to a friend of mine I hadn't talked to in years and years, and
yeah.
He asked me about
really quiet here. That's got to be like Zach probably has like a fan on.
He had the fan on, yeah. So I hadn't talked to him in years and years, and then he asked me about a specific photo, and I was like, and I know I have it, but I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I swear my mom has it, but I found this, and I thought you would find it interesting. You'll know exactly who this is. Avery might as well. You ready?
Yep. I don't know who that is.
Jason Pearson.
It's Jason Pearson.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I I've only ever seen him at conventions. Where is this picture from?
So this is Atlanta. So when I was doing the whole Gaijin Studio thing, I ended up getting Stelfreeze over at ACA at my college to teach a storytelling thing. And then like I can't remember if I was talking to Brian or Jason, but Jason had like a art show and he was going to do like a comic tutorial thing. So I went to that and I was hanging with him there.
Why does it look like he's wearing a dunce hat on? That's a shadow.
That's a shadow. That's a shadow. He's in front of a chalkboard.
Right. I see that. Now, this was taken with like a camera, right?
Yeah. This is old
cell phone cameras.
No, this is way before cell phones. This is 1990. I mean, this is body bag. So this is like 1997, maybe.
Wow.
6. Yeah, probably 1997. No, 6. Probably 1996. Isn't that cool?
Right. I don't
and like look, he's like drawing, like showing shots on the board, like
right. Very cool.
So I'm gonna hang that up. I was like, I totally forgot about that. I was like, oh shit, that's right. So that's going to be
honestly the last time I remember seeing him was maybe 5 years before he passed, 5 or 6 at a show, and I don't remember him looking like that.
Yeah,
I think he had longer facial hair, and I honestly I could not pick him out of a lineup. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
you know. I can always pick Stelfreeze out of a lineup because he's always wearing a hat.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
But wow. Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So one of my guys who likes to bring in stuff, he's kind of banking some money with me in order to get something big that obviously I don't have anything big. I do have a couple things that he might be interested in, so we might be able to zero out his credit. But he traded in some magazines. And the magazines he had bought in a collection, they were all in heavy Mylar bags and boards, and they had the guy's original price on the back. So I had an idea of what they could probably be worth. And when he told me I just need to make this amount to get, and I said, done. I'll give you that amount. I want these books, and I want to share them with you. I'm going to save the best, of course, for last, but some of these are just gorgeous. And I want to share them. This is a Savage Tales #1, but it's the super annual issue.
Oh, cool.
If you look in the price guide, this actually lists as issue number 12 in the series. So this is not the first appearance of Ka-Zar. But, dude, I think Ka-Zar is probably more in line with what I want to do with Crom than Conan is.
Oh yeah. Now wait,
it's just there's so much good art.
Is it just your camera, or is that like a magazine size?
It is. These are all magazines.
Okay,
Yeah. These are magazines. These are Marvel magazines, but they were published by Curtis Publishing, which did a lot of the early Marvel stuff. The next are a couple of just magazines. This is Horror Stories. It's just a magazine. It's got a photo type cover on it, but these things are super rare in really good condition. This one, I put $50 on it. The guy probably had 75 on it.
Wow.
This is another one. I mean, they're literally horror magazines. There's no comic art in them, so they're just interesting. Somebody might pick them up, or whatever. Then you get something like this, the 1974 Nightmare Summer Special.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is that not gorgeous?
God, man, look how good that is.
Let her rot in hell. Throw her into a pit with Dracula. Just gorgeous painted image, right? Then I got another one, the Haunt of Horror. I mean, they were big in the horror stuff, but this is same company, same Marvel, type of thing. Nothing. This one has Satana, that one character Satana in it. Satana. And she's kind of hot, and it's cool. But now we're going to get into the really good stuff. Check this out. Avery, are you there, by the way?
Yeah.
All right, check this out. Dracula Lives.
That's awesome.
It's gorgeous.
Oh,
this
cool.
is one of 3, I think. This one right here is probably my favorite. Look at that.
Oh, that's so cool.
Is that not gorgeous? You could easily see an AF character doing something like that.
Oh yeah,
a gargoyle over the city. You know, these could definitely be inspiration. And then there's this one.
That's cool.
It's kind of cool. They're pretty.
I've never heard of this. I've never heard of that series at all.
I don't think there's a lot of Gene Colan in here or not. There might be some, but it's a lot of different artists that did those. Now the next couple are Creepy, which just have really cool looking covers. Isn't that gorgeous? Now these magazines, they're all well read, spines are beat up and so forth, but my gosh, in the Mylars, they look gorgeous. Some of these are going to look even better slabbed. This is another one, another Creepy one.
That's dope.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But you see by the sides, it's all chiseled up. But still, I mean.
Now, were you doing all Mylar bags now, or is this just what this guy had?
It's just what the guy traded it in. They were all in Mylar bags, so I left them in the Mylar bags because they're the thick kind of Mylar bags. So then we get a couple of Eerie issues.
Oh, so good.
Some really great stuff if you're into the eerie and creepy stuff. This is a cool looking one. I think that's Corbin.
Yeah.
This one's really pretty.
That's wicked.
And then this one, you guys, I know I've seen it before, so you've probably seen it as well.
Oh yeah. That's a classic cover.
Very classic, pretty cover. Now, as they say on the TV, we're getting into the good shit. Early Vampirella.
Oh, nice.
Issue number 12. This one's not bad. This one's pretty. If it's got a price sticker on it, that means I'm taking it to the store.
Every time I see a magazine like this, it kind of makes me want to do our comics as magazines instead of comic size. What?
Then there's this one, which is pretty.
What number is that?
This is number 13.
Wow.
Check this out. This one has a little bit of historical significance. You've seen this one before because this is the first Ken Kelly cover for Vampirella.
No way.
Issue number 6.
No way.
It's noted for being the first Ken Kelly. I'm not sure if it's the first Ken Kelly published work, but it's the first Ken Kelly Vampirella one.
Wow.
I definitely remember seeing this in a card set for Ken Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I'm going to save that one for last. Then there's this one.
Notice how the numbers are going down.
Well, yeah. Well, no, this one goes down and then goes back up again because this is number 4. This has some early issue significance, but a Frazetta
cover
painting to begin with. But
oh, the classic. No way.
Is that not gorgeous?
Oh, man.
These last two, if they were in near mint condition, they would be like $130 books. They're not in near mint condition, but I still think they need to be slabbed just to preserve these beauties. Is that not gorgeous?
That's gorgeous, yeah.
Oh, I want to do something similar to this. Without looking at the price, what do you think the price of this magazine was, Todd?
Oh, when it came out?
Yeah, when it came out.
$1.25.
No. Go lower.
Really? 75 cents. 50 cents for a magazine. God.
I know. I didn't think magazines ever were that low.
I did. I never.
And this is like 1970. So I mean,
God.
yeah, aren't those gorgeous? You could easily see any one of these on one of our walls, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It
is true, though. When I see those old Creepy and Eerie and Vampirellas, like it makes me want to do our comics as like magazines.
There is one. I did get an issue of Savage Tales featuring Kazar where the cover came off the staples. I'm going to tear through that magazine for reference because it just looks gorgeous, and that's going in Avery's stack because Avery will love it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought I had it. I thought I brought it home, but I must have just stuck it aside at the store. But I put like a $2 sticker on it, and I'm like, no, I'm not even going to let this go for $2. I'm just going to give it to Avery. I mean, I don't like the idea of selling stuff that's damaged for real money.
Yeah.
I can definitely give it away to a friend. Well, I got a couple of Conan magazines over there that are missing the cover. I'm not going to sell them. I'll give them to Avery because Avery will love them. So it's just one other thing to go in his stack. I
love reader copies.
Oh yeah.
Stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, me too.
Yeah, just like
I have all my good old school reader copies over here, and I just grab them when I want to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Whenever
I'm actually thinking I actually thought of. So I've been organizing my comic collection, and I have 2 full short boxes full of duplicates. That's how many duplicates I bought. 2 short boxes full.
You are so sad. So sad.
What? I am coming over to your side. You should welcome me.
I know. But
listen. But here's the thing. So I've got little over two short boxes of 2.5 short boxes of duplicates. Whatever. It's fine. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to go through there, and I've decided because they're not just duplicates.
Right.
There's some books that I know I have 3 or 4 copies of.
Right. Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to have at least 1 duplicate copy in a bin. Of course, I'm going to take off all the Mylar covers, all that, just since it's a duplicate, I'm going to have them so I can just pull them out. And then any triplicate or beyond will either the triplicates can go on my wall, because I'm going to do a comic book wall at one point.
Okay.
If I hit the
Wouldn't
4th,
you rather have a wall of slabbed books?
I mean, maybe. I don't know, but that's going to cost me a fortune.
Not if you buy them from me.
Oh, Andrew.
Actually, I think I already put your Christmas gift aside. Did I? Where is it? Oh, hell. All right, never mind. I don't know where it's at right now, but I have it already put aside for you. What's so funny is in the bin, there were 2 books together, and somebody flipped through it, and they grabbed one, and they brought it to me, and I was like, oh, thank God he didn't grab the other one, because the other one was the one I was going to give Todd for Christmas.
Oh, shit.
So I almost that close to selling your Christmas gift.
Do they have frames for slabbed books? I'm sure they do.
Do they have frames?
Yeah, you frame a frame for a slab book. I'm sure they do.
I don't know.
Let's see.
That's a very interesting question. Why would you want to frame a slabbed book?
So you could hang it on your wall.
Well, you can get those. They sell these clips for graded books where they go at the bottom of the top and you just slide it right in. BCW might have something like that.
They've got them here. I'll share some.
Yeah, share.
Give me a second.
I honestly, I've never looked for one, so I mean, I don't have a single graded comic on my wall. My son has his on his wall, but I don't.
There's a couple different variations.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So since we skipped it all completely, how was your Thanksgiving, Todd?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Hold on. So this is one of them. I'll show you the more professional looking one in a minute. But yeah, so they make. Okay.
Okay. Well.
Right. And then let me show. We've got. This one is an actual. Here, let me share this. This is a actual frame. And they do.
Okay. All right.
Right. And then they have 4 up as well. They have 2 up and 4 up. So you can have 4. Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how many of those would you want? I mean,
well, I don't have it. I mean, I only have. I only have 3 or 4.
You have several slab books. What are you talking about?
No, dude, I've got 3. I've got 3. I've got 5.
Now, where are you at for this? Perfect cases and frames?
I mean, I don't know. I
don't think I've ever heard of them before.
I just Googled this.
Oh, all right. You might be able to find them on Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd actually be kind of cool. Man, damn, I'm gonna have to look into that because I might. I mean, I've got a couple that I love. They're near and dear to my heart, and I would not sell them for anything. That's not necessarily true. I would probably sell them for something, but
look at this. This is actually interesting because they've got the graded frames.
Mm-hmm.
So frames for graded comics, like they have simple, no matting. They've got single, double, triple, and quad, right?
Yep.
But then they also have the just for comics, like frames for actual comics, like just the comic book.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to if you had a good comic that you wanted to pop in there.
Now, you've heard of float frames,
mm-hmm.
where it's like two pieces of glass and the image goes in the middle. And that way, when you hang it on the wall, whatever pattern or color is on the wall becomes the frame of the image.
Mm-hmm.
I like float frames, and I like float frames for comics. You can pick those up at Michael's. They're not that expensive. These things look a little. How much? Go back to the single graded. How much do those things run? Just curious. $70, really?
It's probably got to be. It's probably got to be durable. Let's see what.
Well, turn on the music.
Yeah, this is just like the comic book frame. Like that's not the graded.
Well, it's pretty, but I'm pretty sure. Well, when it comes to the comics aren't that thick. You could actually get and make a mat.
Right.
You could do that yourself for less than $70.
Yeah, but this is thicker.
Yeah, it's got to be because depending on the size of the comic. But that actually does look nice. I actually like that.
Yeah.
Shoot. Now I'm going to have to look into that. I wonder if BCW has frames. BCW. That's where I go to get all my supplies. You know how YouTube and Google and all they'll send you you'll see ads for stuff that you look up. Like if you look up BCW, you all of a sudden will start getting BCW ads. Like, I already know about BCW. I order from them all the time. You're wasting your money advertising to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. CGC comic frames.
You can also get them on Etsy. They're not as well made, but they're like $40.
Interlocking graded card, comic book frames. They have comic frames, but they don't have graded comic frames. Current and Silver Age comics. Let me just see what a current comic. Let's see, comic book frames. $52.99 for one. Is it really one? Seems like seems like a lot. Here, I'll share with you guys so you can see.
It's probably expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, they have their own brand of frames. But $52.99, get 5 for $40, save 25%.
Here, this is cool.
It's still up there. I don't know. I think you could probably buy what you need and make your own frame at from Michael's, Oh, this is a stand. Yeah, I've seen stands before.
You seen these?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The only problem with a stand is I don't have the space. I need it on the wall.
Right. And if you had a cat, like I do, I would never put a graded book up like that on a stand. There's no way. But the frame, that sounds like okay. So how many framed comics do you think you could put up on your wall, or are you planning on putting up?
I'd have to count, but if
you're gonna have to get a frame for those 2 new graded comics you just got.
I know. Well,
those have got to go up. Those have to go up.
If I had to guess with frames,
would you?
Probably not many.
Those 2, would you do them together in a double frame, or would you do them individually?
I would do them separate.
Yeah, I would do them separately too.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Not unless they were like a series, like 3 or 4 in a series, or 2 that they actually went together.
Or it's like 4 number 1s or something.
Okay.
Like Amazing Fantasy
1, 2, 3, and
#1,
4,
Fantastic Four #1. I wouldn't put any of 4 together.
Oh
Just
no, I would never put those together.
Yeah.
No. You can't share. No. What are you, out of your mind? Oh, hey, Rich is here. Hey, Rich, how's it going? He says, "Good evening, gentlemen. You know that Black Friday is racist. I think that's what snowflakes are thinking." Rick, I meant to send you an email. If you're still listening, it's been over a year. I'm going to ask you again if you want to do an interview or interviews, because I really, really, really want to do that one day. So I will reach out to you. I'll email you, and I'll grab you and hold on to you until you answer me with the answer I want to hear. Avery, Zach, did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? I know Zach already told me he ate a lot, so.
I've barely eaten. I've been sick.
Oh yeah. Oh geez, man. I'm on the downward of a head cold right now.
Oh, I had a diverticulitis flare up and I can't really eat.
That's the slow, painful.
It's not the worst one I've ever had. I've had them be much worse.
Really?
Yeah.
I was telling my wife, ever since my stroke, I don't get headaches anymore. I haven't gotten a headache in over 5 years, but I still feel the pressure, like behind my eyes and in my head. Like 2 days ago, the pressure was so freaking bad that if I had a headache, I probably would have been in bed, curled up, dying, because the pressure was so tight. But I can survive the pressure, but it's because I don't have the headaches. Knock on wood. I thank God I don't have those headaches. So,
yeah.
Richard says, "Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, a good Thanksgiving." We did.
You too, Rich.
We absolutely did. Yes.
Richard, thank you.
Yep.
Richard's awesome.
He is awesome. Man, I'm still feeling a little bit of pressure behind my eyeballs, but I don't get the headaches anymore. So I'm not gonna knock it. I don't recommend it for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Go run out there and have a stroke in order to keep from having headaches.
The right kind of stroke.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I had migraine headaches that could completely disable me. They were so bad.
Yeah.
And I haven't had one in many, 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 many years. And since the stroke, I don't have headaches ever. I've not had one since.
Wow.
So
that's a little scary.
It's a little scary.
It makes you wonder what else is going on in that crazy little noggin of mine that I can't tell is happening. It's like when you have diabetic neuropathy and you don't feel when you step on a piece of glass in your foot because you just don't feel it because there's no blood flow down there. That's what's going on inside my brain right now. No blood flow.
Well, the brain doesn't actually feel pain anyway.
It doesn't. But the throbbing of the blood vessels is what causes headaches. Actually, I've heard once, I don't know how true this is, but you know how they tell you to take aspirin or Tylenol or something with water? The water helps a headache more than the aspirin and Tylenol do. Because it gets your blood flowing. And a stroke in your head, in your brain, could be a blockage of a blood vessel. And whatever popped in my head no longer has that pressure build up anymore.
A little scary.
Could be leaking into my head. There's a good possibility I've got a brain leak.
That would be dripping out your nose.
Never happened. Has not happened. So
yeah, that actually does happen. People,
Oh,
something happens. They've just got liquid pouring out their nose, and like, what the heck? It's that cerebral fluid.
Richard says my brain is a birth defect.
So is mine.
Yeah, I think all of ours.
Mine doesn't work right. Never has.
Yeah, mine works too much.
Too much?
Yeah.
Yours went off the rails a long time ago, Todd.
This is true.
It's still going, but it's off the rails. Speaking of off the rails, has anybody seen any of the new season of Stranger Things yet? The wife and I watched the first episode tonight.
I'm waiting
on Netflix.
I am waiting on your recommendation, Andrew.
Okay, well, so far, you know with shows like this that no matter how well things are going, you know the rails are going to come off and everything's going to go to hell, and that absolutely happened. But I really like the way the characters are portrayed. They're older. There's literally a scene where Dustin is getting picked on by some bullies, and the black kid, what was his name? Damn it, I know it was right on the tip of my tongue. Like comes in to defend him, and he's like a foot taller than Dustin. I mean, these kids have all grown up now. They're not little shrimps anymore, and they're all grown up. And actually, you see the four main kids: Will, Dustin. Damn it, what are the other two names? The one that's the boyfriend 11, and then the black kid. What is his? God dang it. They're all tall except for Dustin. Dustin's still kind of short, but the other ones all had a growth spurt. It's just funny seeing them like that, you know.
Well, I think they should be in their 20s. I mean, are they still playing high schoolers, or are they playing?
Yes, they're still playing high schoolers.
Okay,
well, 11's like 20 something now. She's married and
she's 21. She's 21.
Yeah, she's married to Bon Jovi's son.
Yeah,
she literally married rock and roll royalty.
More power to her. But
they are going to make very pretty babies one day.
So let me ask you. So do you think has it lost any steam after like 5 seasons and all the time like 9 years?
Well, I don't think there's a single character, a main character in that show that I don't like. That nobody bothers me. The last season, the Will's brother, the one that was dating the girl, he became kind of a pothead, and that kind of annoyed me a little bit because that didn't seem like that character. But then again, maybe it would be that character. But of all the main characters, I like them all. There's nobody there I like. Oh, I hope they kill that one off. No, there's not a single one that's like that.
All right.
For me. So, I mean, Joyce, the mother, I like her. I like the cop guy. I like 11. I like all 4 of the boys. I like what's his name, the one with the hair and the baseball bat, and then Robin, his gay best friend. I like all those characters. They're just, I don't know. The characters have all grown from the first season, and they've become better characters in my mind.
Andrew, just to be let's be clear, the show like that is pretty much designed to appeal to men of our age because it draws from all the things we love. We were watching growing up.
Well, true.
It's basically the Goonies mingled with the close mingled with.
That's because that's what the Duffer Brothers loved.
Yeah.
They're making a movie in honor of the things that they enjoyed in the 80s, which is where we came from. I mean, it's right up our alley,
Well, I'll be honest. I missed a lot of that stuff because I was living overseas when I was a kid, but I saw enough of it to. And you know what? I will say this. I think they did it right. All right, they didn't come. They created something. They created something that was first and foremost just a matter of entertainment without any agenda or score settling.
Right.
Like for example, I mean, like a lot of other revivals of 80s properties, like the TV show they did for Willow on Disney Plus.
Yeah, which I never saw.
You're not missing much.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was so bad they actually pulled it off the service, so you can't see it anywhere now. But I was reading this is that right now there's been a whole spate of revivals of shows from the previous couple of decades that were hits, like Dexter has been revived, and
which actually was rather entertaining. Dexter Resurrection was pretty good.
I don't know. I mean I was never a fan, and I haven't had a chance to see it, but I've heard mixed things about it. Some people say it was great. Other people say it was just basically like a fan.
Well, you can't comment unless you watch it. Well, so you can't say what other people say about it.
Point I'm trying to make.
Okay, I'm waiting.
When it's done right, like for example, there was a revival of Justified Primeval.
Right. I saw like couple episodes. Never ever finished that one.
It was good, actually. I think the reason why it got so much flack from a lot of the fandom is because it didn't go. It wasn't a fan servicey cash grab. They actually took the character of the Raylan Givens character, the Oliphant character, and they actually realistically portrayed him as someone who was older and wiser, which is what you would expect from a character like that. I mean, if he's still playing the gunslinging cowboy, and he's on the edge of retirement, it wouldn't work. But so I don't know. I just think that like me, Avery, and guys like us, we're always pissing and moaning about how everything sucks nowadays because of all the politics and all the woke shit, man. Back in my day when blah 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 blah. There's a lot of truth in that. But honestly, I think a lot of times what we're really just reacting to unconsciously is the fact that it's really really hard to tell a good story.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to use an algorithm to catch lightning in a bottle, it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
And it worked with Stranger Things though.
Well, Stranger Things had a mix of horror, adventure. It hit on so many cylinders. It definitely is like, say, Star Wars, a Game of Thrones. It's a worldwide cultural thing because there's so many fans all over the world. It's not one of those things where it's only in the U.S. It's something where people all over the world enjoy it. So.
Well, that's the thing is that I'm surprised that they, given that they haven't tried to spin it off and milk it for all it's worth.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't tried to make something new just like it.
Well, that's the thing is that with something like Stranger Things, I mean, there's so many openings available for a spinoff. Like for example, I was thinking the other day, what if they did a version of Stranger Things that was set, say, in England during the 80s? So instead of like whatever, instead of like hair metal and all the other like American 1980s references, you would have stuff from Britain in the 1980s, like The Clash or Morrissey, or whatever it was that British kids were watching on the telly in the 1980s. If they were
I don't know if American audiences would get into that as much. There's some that would, but I don't know if they. That's like they had The Office was originally a British show.
Yeah. But
and then they remade it for American audience, and it blew up.
It wouldn't be necessarily have to be made for American audiences because Netflix is a global company. So you can make it for people for audience like say in Britain and Canada or Australia and New Zealand.
And nobody would ever know anything about it.
Well,
if it's not aimed at American audiences, nobody's ever going to really get into it. You're gonna have the fans, the people that in America that are gonna be, oh my god, I love this British show. It's called Doctor Who. Have you ever seen it? And most people are gonna say, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, that's the thing is that
that was a Doctor Who jab, by the way, for anybody out there not paying attention.
No, I know.
We heard you.
I think Doctor Who is about to go back into hibernation for a while. I disagree, man. I think that it is certainly very possible to do something like that. And yes, if it doesn't appeal to the U.S., it doesn't appeal to the U.S. But you know what? When you're a global company, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, I don't. Well, MK says, hello to everybody.
Andrew, you do realize that other countries have hit TV shows and celebrities we don't know anything about, right?
We know nothing about it. That's absolutely right. Richard says the last two seasons of Game of Thrones blew nuts. Well, that's because they didn't have any reference source material. Yeah.
Well, and that's not necessarily true. Supposedly George R.R. Martin told them how he planned it in the books, but yeah, I mean it didn't work. So who knows? And I
honestly was okay with the ending of Game of Thrones because there were like 3 characters that I had liked, and they all made it through the end. So I was happy with that.
The main beef I had was when they did that big battle of Winterfell. It was just so darkly lit, I couldn't see anything.
Well, yeah, that's very common with a lot of modern shows, where they have very, very dark scenes. Like I'm watching Welcome to Derry. And there's some scenes that are so damn dark you don't know what's happening. You really cannot tell.
That stuff, dude.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Well,
It's almost like the directors say, okay, my actors cannot act. Let's turn it down so low that you don't see what they're doing. You just hear noises.
well, look, I mean, the way things are going right now, George R. R. Martin's never going to finish the actual book series anyway before he passes on to the grade.
Well, that's all right, because they're going to do multiple spin-offs. They've got a second one getting ready to come out, the Night of the Seven Realms. They're talking about
that actually looks really good.
Yeah, and they're talking about future, like after Game of Thrones spin-offs coming out.
Well, what's probably going to happen after Martin kicks is that they're probably going to hand it over to Bryan Sanderson or someone like him. He's going to finish the series in about a quarter of the time it would have taken George to do it. And
well, I don't know about you, but I love House of the Dragon. That's been a fantastic series. I'm looking forward to the next season. So
I want to see more big battles. You get the feeling that they really cut the budget on that one.
Well, I don't mind a drama either, but big battles would be good. We've seen a lot of dragons. There's been a lot of dragons.
I watched the first season of that, and I can't make it through the second. I'm so bored.
Well,
those characters are so boring. They are the characters, the actors, none of them are as good as the first cast, first few seasons. They're just nowhere near.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No one in that show is as charming as Peter Dinklage.
I'd have to agree with you. Yes. What's his name? The one that used to be Doctor Who.
No,
he's probably the only one that has the Dinklage charm, but it's not as charming.
I'll be right back. I gotta get something.
Yeah, like none of the villains on that show are as where you're like, I hate that bitch. Like you love to hate that bitch the way you hated Cersei.
Well, what's his name? The guy with the scar. He's as annoying as Joffrey is. You know.
See, Joffrey, I was glad to see the character go.
Yeah, well, this guy, he's sticking it out. So,
yeah, I don't love to hate the bad guys as much, and I don't love the good characters or good-ish, as much as the ones from the first show. It's not as good on any level.
Yeah, that's like my wife and I. We have tried to watch the first season of Andor twice now. We've rewatched the first several. I cannot find a single character in there I care a diddly squat about.
I heard Andor was really good.
I've heard it was really good too. I think we've gotten maybe 4 episodes into season 1 a second time and just can't do it. We just walked away. We just got tired of it. Because Andor, the main character, is an annoying little pissant, and there's nothing there. But I've heard it's the greatest Star Wars show ever.
It's not.
People are out of their freaking mind. So
I've stopped caring about anything that comes out Star Wars completely. There's just no point.
Yeah. MK says,
it's all made for no one.
Yeah.
MK says if the person makes you hate the character, they kind of did their job. The one character, Fear the Walking Dead. The very first episode, you're introduced to the teenage boy, the teenage kid. There's a teenage boy and teenage girl, and I hated the kid, the boy. I'm like, I hope he gets bit. I hope he gets killed. I hope he grew to be my favorite character in the series. And when he died, it was like, what the frickin'? And the way he died was just like, you're like, what? Wait, whoa! What the hell? How? I don't know if maybe there was like, they had disputes with his managers or whatever. I don't know, but the way they wrote him out was horrible, and he had become one of my favorite characters. He was one of the reasons I was watching the show continuously. But that first episode, I'm like, that guy is such a snot-nosed punk. I hope he bites it. I hope he gets in. It's gross and disturbing. He grew into one of my all-time favorite character on that show, and. Yeah, it's weird, and you're absolutely right, MK. The person that you hate can sometimes be the one that does it for you. He says, like Training Day. Yes, very much. Didn't they make Training Day into a TV series, or am I thinking of something else?
No.
Lethal Weapons they made into a TV series.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, and the guy that played the Mel Gibson role died of like cancer or something, and they never.
No, actually, no. I don't
Or
know.
is that somebody else?
Well, I don't know if he died of cancer, but he what happened was at the end of season 2, he basically got kicked off the show because he was basically an asshole behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And it's too bad because that guy was actually a really good actor, and they got Sean William Scott to step in for season 3, and it was going in an interesting place, but then the Wayans brother, the guy, I forget which one it was. It wasn't Marlon. It was one of the others.
Right, one of the younger ones. Yeah.
No, it was one of the older ones.
Oh, Marlon's like the oldest, right?
Damon, it might have been Damon Wayans or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he quit because he basically said that his exact words were, "I'm a 58-year-old dead guy with a bad back. I can't do this anymore." So,
well, they should.
I thought Keenan was the oldest.
I don't know.
Marlon was the oldest, but maybe
I'll look it up.
Oh, maybe Keenan. Okay, I'm getting my Waylands. There's a bunch more of them out there. So
yeah, there's a lot. They're like Bebe's kids. They don't die.
Yeah.
Richard says he agrees with Avery. It's the reason why they showed so many major boobage. Furry's referring to the Game of Thrones. So
yeah,
it was whatchamacallit, Damon Wayans.
Okay.
Damon.
Okay. Yeah, I used to remember when my wife and I would get ready to watch Game of Thrones, and it would come up and it'd say mature ratings due to foul language and nudity and sexual content. I'm like, all right, bring it on. And then you see two dudes, and it's like, oh man.
Did you ever see this where South Park made fun of Game of Thrones?
No.
And the way they did this, the music. Oh God, it was just them singing the word wiener to the same rhythm. Wiener, 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 wiener.
That's cool. That's cool. Speaking of animated shows and stuff like that, Todd, how are things going on Adult Fantasy HQ?
Oh man, they're going pretty well.
Did you not release a new episode last Friday?
I think so.
And did we not even just talk about it? We did not even talk about it, did we?
Well, it's Thanksgiving. I forget. I'm so it's so hard because I'm all I do right anymore is make the show. So I'm already on the next episode.
Right.
And I'm in this constant state of when I started, I had 3 episodes in the can, and now I have 0. And I'm working all the time, but it's just it's the deadline's catching up to me. So hopefully I don't miss a deadline here coming up, but I'm trying hard to.
Well, like I told you before, we're running into the holiday season. So if something happened and you had to delay because of the holidays, we would understand.
Yeah,
I mean, I know you don't want to, but I'm just saying.
It's the algorithm. I don't want to. I'm trying to get used to a every other week algorithm thing. So.
The algorithm, yeah. All right.
It's hard, man.
Do you want to take a few minutes and showcase the newest episode and maybe do some audio commentary on it?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
All right. Sure. Well, give me a minute. Let me locate it real quick.
I know MK's already seen it twice.
Well, hell, we watched it multiple times.
I'm so blind, when you make it. MK says, "OMFG, yes, dude." I'm so blind to it now. It's hard, man. It's there's some good stuff.
Okay, now before we play this is the What Ancient Monster is Hidden Beneath Brooklyn? The What Files, Episode 1.
Yeah.
We know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it for our audience. You absolutely love this format.
I dig the format.
You dig it. Absolutely love, maybe too harsh, but it's so much fun for you. You're doing more of them, right?
Yeah. Well, basically, it's I like the format because it was. I mean, and you guys know this. Before we hit play, we talked for maybe a year about formats, right? How much behind the scenes, how much time did I spend where you guys were just sick of me?
We are constantly throwing out ideas for shows, and some of them sounded fantastic, some of them were stupid, and you've been running with it since the very beginning. So
yeah, but we looked at Three's Company. I was looking at Married with Children. I was looking at different shows where that had limited shots, because the problem So the first 3 episodes are anthology. It's like focusing on the character, right?
Yep.
And I love doing them, and I'm still going to do them. But the challenge with just doing that, there's a couple challenges. From a technical side, the challenge is that there's nothing to reuse episode to episode.
Right.
Every episode is new character, new location, all this stuff, and it's just like you need to find a system.
You're building 100% from scratch.
You're starting from zero every single week, and it's just like, oh my god, like what am I going to do? And then the other side of it is, outside of just the format, is understanding that nobody, as much as we love adult fantasy and I love adult fantasy, like very few people are going to YouTube to look at adult fantasy because we're kind of pretty much unknown outside of Web3. So like no one's just going to YouTube and saying, oh, adult fantasy. So I needed a hook to also bring people in, and you'll start to see that hook coming in future episodes.
Right.
But from the format, I've been knocking my head like everything I looked at, I was like, no, that has 3 cameras. No, that's not going to work. Like trying to find something to reuse to grip my teeth in. We looked at all these old classic TV shows like Cold Case Files or Unsolved Mysteries, all this kind of stuff. And I realized that the only show that we really watch in my house is Y-Files, which is a YouTube show. And I don't know why it dawned on me. I have no idea, but I was like, oh my God, like I'm watching the show every week, and I never thought to look at it as how they produced it. And when I just sat down to look at how they produced it, it was one camera that was locked on the narrator, right? And then they do B-roll and they do AI shots. So it's very much in line with what I was trying to do anyway.
Right.
And so I was able to do this as an homage and kind of like a satire of their show while also being able to use the format. And then, of course, because this isn't Y-Files, down the road, we can actually do some really cool stuff that they could never do, right?
Yeah.
And so MK says...
I'm going to get to MK. MK says, OMFG, yes. He says he's seen it 5 times.
Awesome.
He says the transitions were so good, so smooth.
Thank you.
And he says, yeah, the number of subs seems to have jumped pretty good. And then Richard says, agree with MK.
Yeah. So one of the things, I'll just give you a hook into what's coming up. So the next episode is a little more, there's a slightly different, like it's still Hyper Brooklyn, still with our characters, all that stuff, but a slight spin into things that people would be looking for on YouTube. Right. So that we can kind of start getting some of that natural SEO. Basically, the idea with the What Files is to use the What Files as a Trojan horse to then it's a Trojan horse strategy to bring people in.
He's revealing he's trying to trick everybody.
He's trying to trick everybody.
You all. Yes,
that's right. They come in, they watch the story.
Not you guys.
And then they get
you guys know the deal. You know what's happening.
They get what I'm saying is
trying to trick the normal guys.
We're going to sucker everybody into watching it.
He's trying really hard not to say that. But yeah, you're right. He's trying to lure you in, make you feel like you're seeing something you're familiar with.
This is Andrew's classic candy in the van strategy.
That's right. I think it was my suggestion. All right, you ready to take a
Sure, let's go. Yeah.
This episode does have some very, very interesting first time cameos in it that are actually kind of cool. So let's hit play and see what this is all about.
What if I told you?
Can you hear it?
Beneath Hyper Brooklyn, something sleeps. Something ancient. Something hungry. And what if the very structure protecting our city, the glow?
Yeah. You might want to turn off StreamYard's background music.
Okay, yeah, I can do that real quick.
Hey, good night, Rich. The old fart's fading fast. Yeah.
Okay, Rich, I'm reaching out to you later, okay?
Later, Rich.
All right, here we go.
Itself was never meant to protect us at all. but to keep this creature contained. Tonight, we're asking the question no one wants answered on The What Files.
Now, quick question. Have you gotten any comments about this isn't the Y Files or whatever, anything like that?
No, I had one guy. And so in one of the Discords that I'm in for that NeuralViz guy who kind of disappeared for a while, I've been posting this in there, and it was like, somebody's copying the Y Files. And I was like, that's me.
Well, you're not copying.
No, I was like, I'm not copying. It's inspired by, and it's a homage.
Did I say the Y Files? It's the What Files, right?
Yeah, mine is the What Files,
and his is the Y Files.
The Y Files.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've never seen it, so
yeah.
Other than what you shared with us. So, all right, here we go. Keep going.
Welcome to the What Files. I'm Dr. Victor Zeitgeist. Tonight, we're investigating the Primordial, the creature they don't want you to know about. It's one of the oldest and most terrifying conspiracies in our city's hidden history. According to fringe researchers and declassified document fragments, an alien race known as the Haxmat Heterak arrived on Earth approximately 3,000 years ago. They weren't explorers. They weren't colonizers. They were jailers. They built something called the Kujistar Tesseract, what we now call the Globe, a multidimensional containment field tucked deep within a pocket dimension.
MK says, what made you go the Doctor Strange cloak? Yeah, I don't know. I was looking for a host, and for some reason I just thought, like, who would be a character that would know all of this shit, all the weird stuff that could possibly go on in Hyper Brooklyn or in Argue. Like, from a storytelling perspective, there's a little bit of a challenge because, like, we've set it up so that the characters in Hyper Brooklyn are not supposed to really know about anything else, right? So they're kind of like in this locked dimension, and they kind of stay on their own. And for all they know, the rest of the world is destroyed or something. Like, they don't really know. And so I was like, in order to do something like this, talk about your world or bring in things that from kind of like that people would look at on YouTube, like, how I have to have a character that knows that there's like, he might not know what's happening in his world, but he can see into other worlds, being our world. And so that felt like a Doctor Strange character.
Yeah, MK says, LOL, not sure why, but it totally reminds me of the Gremlins 2, where the vampire host does the...
Oh, I totally forgot about that. I can see that, yeah.
Well, that when I originally saw the cloak, when you first showed it to him, I was thinking vampire host, not Doctor Strange, but that makes so much more sense, too. So.
Well, I was interested in, I was also interested in, my inspiration for him wasn't just Doctor Strange, it was, why is my mind...
it's Friday after a holiday.
Classic host, late night scary stuff. Oh my god, dude. He even did the narration for Thriller. Come on.
Vincent Price.
Vincent Price was the inspiration for the character, and so that's why his voice has a little growl like that, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so it was Vincent Price and then Doctor Strange, and that's kind of like the cross right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we definitely see some the Count from Sesame Street in there too.
Yeah, I love him.
Keep going.
He's turned into a character I really dig. I like him a lot. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
A prison, but the question is, a prison for what?
I love that eyebrow.
Now let's discuss the name of this creature.
Okay.
You called it Screecher.
Yeah.
My suggestion was to call it Todd.
Yeah, that's
and you didn't want to go with that, which I thought
that's just weird.
I know, but it would have fit in perfectly being weird.
It would have fit, but yeah, Screecher. I don't know. I looked at Screecher was kind of like the default name, and then you came up with Todd. And I was like, yeah, I don't. It just doesn't. I mean, I'm all for humor, but it just felt weird. MK's like agrees with you, Todd.
Yeah,
Yes.
he says, Todd. Yes, that's right. I thought that would be a perfect name for him.
Yeah. My kids thought we should name him Derp.
Derp.
Because they're all into the term derp, whatever.
Okay.
But Screecher stuck. I don't know.
All right.
Todd.
It stuck with you. With the rest of us,
what are you saying about me? That's you just want to stuff me.
His name is Todd. That's right. Well, he looks a lot like you. I mean,
you can always call him Todd. He could always say his name is Todd later.
His name is Todd. That's right. All right, here we go.
That's right, Screecher. The answer, according to recovered texts, the Primordial, also known as the Great Destroyer, a being of such immense power that its mere awakening could collapse dimensional barriers, tear reality itself apart, and it's supposedly sleeping directly beneath us. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You won't find this in any official history. In fact, most citizens of Hyper Brooklyn have never even heard of the Primordial. And that's not an accident. That's by design.
That last scene looked like a background directly out of Harry Potter. You know? With the vault and everything.
The vault and the door and the weird books. Yeah.
I wish we knew where that was. Is that like his, or is it
we'll
just
have to find out. I don't know.
Okay.
It may be nothing, maybe something.
Maybe it's something.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the Great Rift in 1957, when the Brooklyn Dodgers mysteriously vanished, public knowledge of the Primordial was systematically scrubbed. Erased. Every reference, every warning, gone. Citizens today are told the Gloam protects us from external threats.
So pause it for a second.
Destroyed world beyond our borders.
Yeah.
So if you go back to the sidewalk, you notice this. I love my Easter eggs. So do you recognize that poster at all on the wall?
A different kind of freedom. Isn't that the same poster that was on the wall for when the bear was sent to jail?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Little Easter egg there. Very
I
good.
love them.
Is there anything else in there we should look for?
Not in this shot that I remember.
All right, well, let's keep going.
Today are told the Gloam protects us from external threats. A destroyed world beyond our borders. Hostile dimensions. Cosmic invaders. We're the safe ones. The lucky survivors. But what if that's a lie? What if the real threat isn't outside the Gloam, but inside it? What if it's been here the whole time, beneath our feet? According to leaked military documents, heavily redacted, of course, the Primordial rests in a subterranean chamber directly below Hyper Brooklyn Harbor. And here's the disturbing part. Seismic monitoring stations have picked up anomalous activity for decades. Not earthquakes, not tectonic shifts, something pulsing. Or could it be breathing? Commander Full Metal Jackson and his Hellmouth commandos conduct regular training exercises in the harbor. Official explanation? Disaster preparedness. But researchers believe these are actually monitoring missions. Checking the containment field, making sure the seals are holding, making sure nothing's stirring. And here's what they don't tell you. Every 6 months, teams go down. Some don't come back. Equipment malfunctions. Communications go dark. And when pressed for details, the military response is always the same. Classified. So, is the Primordial real? Or is this just another conspiracy theory designed to keep us paranoid and compliant? Let's look at what we actually know. Fact. The glome's structure is far more complex than necessary for simple protection. Multiple redundant containment layers, energy signatures consistent with something being held inside. Fact: military activity in the harbor is unusually frequent, heavily classified, and follows predictable monitoring patterns. Fact: no one has ever successfully left Hyper Brooklyn permanently. Every attempt ends in disappearance or return. But here's what we don't know.
You're muted, Andrew.
Wait a minute.
Huh.
Nobody's left Hyper Brooklyn and not returned, but you just said it's either they disappear or they come back. The people that disappear left and never came back. Isn't it the same thing?
Well, they disappear.
Yeah, but they left. They never come back. He just said nobody ever leaves and doesn't come back. They either disappear.
Go through it again. Go watch it again. Just watch it again. It's not a mistake.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Permanently. Every attempt ends in disappearance or return.
Nobody's left permanently.
Oh, as in when they return, they disappear.
Listen to it again.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
And follows predictable monitoring patterns. Fact: no one has ever successfully left Hyper Brooklyn permanently. Every attempt ends in disappearance or return.
Right.
Disappearance or return.
Yeah. So you try to do it and you might disappear. Or you've been returned. They don't stay away, is what MK says. That's right.
Okay.
Here's what we don't know. No one has actually seen the primordials. There's no photographic evidence, no specimen, no body. And there's another problem with this theory. There's no hard evidence that the Hatsmet Haderach even existed. The entire alien jailer narrative could be fabrication. Because the official record is clear. It's public knowledge that one of the leading scientists of our time.
There we go. Standwell. There we go. Very cool.
It was so hard to get him to work to make it look good.
The statue of him is like pretty cool too.
The bronze statue. That was also really hard, man. A lot of this, I mean, you would be amazed at how much work goes into these shots, you know? Like AI is good, but not that good.
Well, he mentions what's his name? Steele Jackson, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen
Full
him
Metal.
yet, have we?
No, we haven't seen Full Metal yet.
We haven't seen him yet. So he mentions him. So
mm-hmm.
All right.
And MK says, sent this to a few people. They love this format and love the episode. Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Excellent.
Woohoo.
Can't wait to see the behind the scenes. And that's something you're working on, right?
Yeah. So I've been posting behind the scenes stuff to Patreon. So okay. I've got to do. I'll be posting this episode and the next episode when that comes out. But yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Well, leading scientists of our time, Dr. Standwell Perpetual, designed and built the Gloam to protect us, not to contain some ancient monster, but to shield Hyper Brooklyn from the hostile invaders that destroyed the rest of the world.
So pause that for a second. A lot of the stuff we're going to talk about behind the scenes stuff anyway, but go back. So one of the things that's interesting about this shot. So this shot is actually scroll back before he smashes the building. So this is why this is probably why I'm not making deadlines, because so this shot is the exact same shot that was in the episode with
the first episode, right?
Not the first, the episode with General Steele.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know the Pledge of Allegiance when there's all of a sudden goes Roar! And the people are running and then it cuts. This is the same shot, meaning that's the same monster, but like if you actually look at that shot and this shot, you'll notice those are the same buildings and everything.
Wasn't
as
that
close as I
shot
can get
like a from street level though?
That was from street level. This is from the air. So basically, you imagine at the same time you had a camera on the street and one in the air, kind of looking down.
Right.
So what you didn't see in that shot, because it was street level, were the little 1950s style spaceships that were kind of hovering above the ground, above the buildings, right?
Okay.
I'm facing this consistency is key. I'm trying, man. Yeah.
Yep.
It's cool because like this is the kind of stuff that to me, and I think to all of us here, like that's the stuff that like when Marvel did it in their prime, it was always so cool. Like when they would bring something up and you saw like the editor note that was like, oh, this is from,
Yep.
5 years ago. Someone said
they used to do that a lot more. They don't do it as much.
They don't do it at all.
So.
I haven't seen that in a modern book at all.
They do it in some books where they're trying to be funny.
Yeah, but that's not.
Yeah.
But the reason you did that was because it was a hook. It was a hook into like, oh, what?
Go buy this other comic.
Buy this other comic.
Yep.
And so I love like, and I actually have to. I mean, one of the things I have to do over break now is like, behind the scenes we have a that our universe board. Remember we did before we launched this, we did like a almost like a Kanban board that's like plotting out the universe and some different things. But I'm coming up with stuff on the fly now, episode to episode, and I need to kind of start to keep track of all this stuff. So I'm going to have to kind of keep track of the board here in a minute.
All right. Well, we got to wrap this up soon. We only got like
oh my God, Andrew, with your time.
Here we go.
All right.
But to shield Hyper Brooklyn from the hostile invaders that destroyed the rest of the world. It's not fake news, Screecher. Will you let me finish? So which is it? A monster imprisoned beneath us? Or a protective barrier built by human ingenuity? The evidence is inconclusive. But if I were you, I wouldn't go swimming in the harbor after dark.
Obviously not.
No, you wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't go swimming in the harbor. Get in the bay.
All right.
So I haven't decided. One of my things is like I'm trying to decide if Screecher should only screech or if he should end up having a voice. That's something that I haven't figured out yet.
All right. Well,
but I like him screeching. I don't know. It's pretty funny where he's just like, ah.
Well, we're looking forward to the next episode, which should be released when?
Week after next.
Week after next?
Yeah.
So 2 weeks from today?
Did I release it? No, today's Friday.
Yeah.
Next week. Jesus.
Next week. I did that on purpose.
God. Well, I have that episode I just finished. I have a couple more tweaks to do it, some polishing, but it's basically finished.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss it. There's a deadline coming up where I'm gonna miss a week. I can tell. So, but I'll do my best.
Blame it on the rain.
Oh God.
Yeah. Blame it on the holidays.
I'm already working. I'm working on a new episode now, and I just started it, so I gotta kick some ass on it.
Well, I did before we go. I just wanted to show you guys a couple of new comics that I bought this week. I sent the guys a list that I read, in which they were showing like the top, 20 most comics that people were looking forward to, and the top 10 were all DC comics.
Mm-hmm.
And Marvel didn't hit the list till number 12, and it only had 4 comics in the top 20. And that's just the way it goes. But the comics I bought this week, I'm going to show them real quick. DC KO number 2. Still loving this book. Enjoyed it early. Yep, still loving it. Absolute Wonder Woman number 14. Fantastic. Been liking that book. Loving this one. The Absolute Batman, which Batman versus Bane. May have to talk about this at a later time because this was an insane kind of issue. And then the last one that I picked up that was new is the second issue of the Jimmy Dan Pantoja Punisher.
How is that?
Rather disappointing.
Really?
there are page after page after page of people talking. And it's like flashback stories and all this. It's like, this is not what I want start to finish Punisher action.
Especially with Panosian. That guy's a
And
genius.
this is not it. This is not doing it for me. I may give it one more issue, but I mean, you look at the cover, it's a fantastic cover, and it's just, I didn't even finish reading it. It was so boring. I just didn't care about all the conversations. I wanted to see the Punisher kicking ass and looking cool.
Yeah,
Dan Panosian can draw that.
Well, and that's what John Buscema. One of the reasons John Buscema liked Punisher, he said that Punisher is Conan with a gun.
Yeah,
that's what he is. He's Conan with a gun.
Well, this is not Conan with a gun. This is Mad Men with a gun.
No, yeah,
there's a lot of people standing around talking.
That's not cool. Yeah.
So. Anyway, all right. Well, guys, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Black Friday, and have a wonderful weekend. I'm looking forward to having a big sale in my store and making some. I had regulars come in, and I made a little money today, but I had a lot of time to do construction. I'm rebuilding some new racks for comics, and I'll be working on that again this weekend. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
How's Hero coming along?
Construction time. What's that?
How's Hero coming?
I'm sorry, I missed. What'd you say? I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
How's Hero coming, Andrew?
Guys, it's time to go. It's been great.
No, Hero, your book. You're retired.
I can't wait to talk to you guys more about all
the time in the world. You could wake up and you could draw your pages.
Zach, Avery, thank you again for joining. Todd, it's always a wonderful thing.
You have a baked-in audience. You could sell your comic book.
What?
Your comic.
The year isn't over yet. I still have time. Shut up, man. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. And if anybody has anything else to say, you got 2 minutes to do it. No,
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna hit end as I was trying to rail into.
I almost did just to piss you off, but I didn't. MK says, "Laugh out." Oh, who's Hero? That's right.
How's Hero? How is Hero?
Oh, how's Hero? I thought he said who.
He wants to know how Hero.
Who's Hero is even funnier.
Here's the book, and now that you're retired, you should be able to draw.
MK says New Year's Eve, ha ha ha,
yeah.
And says, "Night, guys. Have a great weekend. You
Night,
too, my
MK.
friend." All right, guys. Later, Gators. See y'all soon. Be safe.